I recently went for a walk in a fish tank. That's right, a fish tank. Well, at this size, I think aquarium is the proper term, and it was amazing. I'm going to tell you all about it, but more importantly, I'm going to tell you how you can do this yourself, because anyone can do it. This is not scuba diving. You need 0 certifications in order to do this. I mean, there are scuba divers in the tank with us for safety precautions. But me and my wife, we're just walking along the bottom of this aquarium having the time of our lives. And this was incredibly cheap too. This experience costs less than $100 per person. And I'm going to tell you where you can do this yourself. But first, I want to share my experience with you from start to finish. Let's go ahead and dive on in. This footage is from my body camera as I'm getting ready to climb down into the fish tank. And what you see right there, these helmets are what makes this so simple and so accessible to anyone. These are not some fancy scuba equipment. These are basically buckets that they flip upside down over your head. I mean, I'm sure there's more science behind it than that, but they basically trap air around your head, and you do have a oxygen tank on your back that continuously pumps in fresh oxygen, so you're not running out of bad air to breathe. And hey, I'll apologize now for some of the terrible camera work. This was my first time using one of these body cameras.
What temperature is this water? Yeah, cold.
So once you're on the ladder and partially submerged in the water, they lower these helmets onto you. Now these things are heavy. They weigh almost 100 pounds. They are meant to be heavy so that they keep you weighted to the floor so you're walking, not swimming. But once you're in the water, they feel much lighter. And when you get to the bottom of the tank, this is the fun part when you can actually see the people on the other side of the acrylic viewing panel. Because I hadn't told you this. This actually is at a public aquarium. There are tourists just coming and going, watching you take a walk with the fishes. And it was more than just fish. There's obviously this amazing sea turtle, and there are also a couple sharks in the aquarium. Peaceful sharks, I think they're called bonnethead sharks. But between those and the giant fish that you'll see here in a minute, most of the ones you're looking at right now are small by comparison, but there are some monsters in here. Between all that, it was an amazing encounter with sea life. And what I really appreciated about the way they ran this program is they focused on safety, not just for us humans, but they also focused on safety for the animals who are essentially opening up their home for us to come in and explore. There were 2 divers with us. One focused on each person, and there was a 3rd diver whose entire job was to focus on the safety of the sea turtle, keeping us away from it and vice versa. And all the gloves we're wearing and the shoes are more for the safety of the fish than they were for us even. Here is one of those monster fish I talked about. We'll see a better shot of him later. I have no idea what that thing is. If you know, please tell me in the comments. So once my wife and I were both safely on the floor, they gave us the green light to go and explore the tank. Before we actually got in, we took a short class on the various hand signals and other means of communication underwater, and what we needed to do to stay safe for us and again for the wildlife. One of the funner parts of this experience was walking through the cave they had in the back. I'm quickly checking to make sure Leslie is still with me. She says hi, and then I turn into this artificial cave. And to the right, there was this unlit section, this dark foreboding space, which was a little nerve-wracking. We explore that later. I do a quick check to make sure Leslie hasn't tripped or fallen, and here again is that big guy. They said he was some type of wrasse. When I hear wrasse, I think some of the smaller fish that I can actually go buy from my local fish store. Not him, but I'm sure there are many species, and maybe this guy was just one of the bigger ones. There is one of those sharks as well. Those were really cool to see. So here is the diver, again coming up to me, messing around with my equipment. I was getting a little nervous because I had no idea what he was doing. But it turns out he was just trying to grab my camera to help us out and get a nice shot for the thumbnail of this video. Big guy again. I'm calling him Big Frank. What do you guys think he is? That is a big wrasse, if that is indeed one. I was thinking maybe a grouper of some sort or flounder, I don't know. I'm a freshwater guy, so if any of you people are saltwater keepers, please jump in the comments below. We eventually got around to that dark space. You couldn't really see anything, so I'm skipping most of that footage. But when we came out, there's this really cool shot of Leslie walking through the arch. And we're just having fun exploring. Here you can kind of get a sense for how far underwater you are. We're about 20 feet down, which may not sound like much, but when you're in it, it's a lot. So I'll go ahead and tell you where this is at. You may have already seen it in some of the divers' uniforms. This is at the Florida Aquarium, which is located in Tampa, Florida. And if you just go to their website and look up their experiences, this is called Sea Trek. Oh wait, hey, there's Big Frank, real close to Leslie. I don't think she realizes how close that beast is to her. Oh, no, there she sees him now. That guy's cool. Think I could fit him in my 650? Probably not. But yeah, this is at the Tampa Aquarium. It's the Sea Trek experience, and it costs just $95 per person. Dude, I really want one of those things now. All right, so yeah, you can do this. Anyone over the age of 10. It's so simple. Just check it out. I highly, highly recommend it. And the instructors, the divers, they're all so nice and they have fun with you. This girl right here was helping me jump up and down, and she was just having such a fun time with us. You can really tell they enjoy their jobs. Heck, I would love for my job to be a diver in a fish tank. I'm thinking about switching career fields at this point. Speaking of the divers, this is the time for the third diver to get involved, because this sea turtle has gotten slightly tied up in the ladder. Now, he is a specialist, he knows how to handle them. He comes in and gently guides it to safety. I was a little nervous at first, but he seemed to do just fine. So now it's time for us to head on up. Here's Leslie ascending the staircase. That thing goes a lot higher than you might think. And then I had to hold back for a few minutes because the sea turtle was investigating us again and got a little tied up. So the diver comes in, helps him out, and as soon as he's clear, they give me the green light to approach the ladder and climb on up. But that's all I have for today, guys. If you ever get the chance to do the Sea Trek experience at the Florida Aquarium, or anywhere else for that matter, you should definitely jump on it. It was a blast, so much fun, got to explore some aquatic life up close and personal. The only downside is I now want an aquarium big enough for me to scuba dive in, and that's going to be pricey. So guys, until I see you next time, take it easy.